Week 1 was an absolute mess. Joe Burrow did me dirty. Jonathan Taylor did me dirty. Although, time of possession was wild, so game plan didn't allow for that, so I get it. And then the Lions and the Rams game went to OT, and I still didn't hit the over. Insane. But such is life. That's how gambling is sometimes. So, time for week 2. Ready to move forward, and it's only up from here. Today is Wednesday, September 11th, and I'm trying to put in all of my bets a little early this week so I can make my videos, so I can upload them on time. And there weren't really a lot of props available on the market yet. So this week, I'm sticking mostly to money lines. I'm sticking to a spread and 1 point total. So the first money line I have is Colts money line against the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love got hurt, unfortunately, in the last game that they played. So this game is going to be at Lambeau, and it's going to be against Malik Willis. I'm not expecting much from Malik Willis, but you never know. Matt LaFleur could dial up a great game. And for some strange reason, the Colts, tend to play down to their competition sometimes. But I'm going to take the advantage that we have, which will be our starting quarterback versus their backup quarterback. I don't think that their defense is that good yet, so they still have a little bit of room. I still trust our O-line. I still trust our D-line against their O-line, and I think that Malik Willis will make a mistake or two that's going to end up causing them the game. The spread right now is at -3, but again, there's a short price on the money line. So if there's a short price on the money line, I'd rather take the money line and not risk the points. Like last week when we played Houston, the spread was at 2.5 and we ended up losing by 2. So whoever picked that 2.5, they end up getting screwed like that. So I don't want to take those kinds of chances. So I'll just go with Colts money line. The next bet I love is Jets money line against the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans looked horrible last week. That O-line was in shambles. Will Levis threw some crazy interceptions. He threw a pick 6 to end the game. So I'm thinking that with the Jets' really good defensive front, they take that same approach. They pressure Will Levis. They force a turnover or two. And Aaron Rodgers looked, pretty decent in the game against the Niners. If it wasn't the Niners, I think it would have been a closer game. Their spread is also something like 3.5 or something like that. But again, I'm taking a safe bet. I'm taking a Jets money line at Tennessee. I'm banking on the Jets defensive line and the Jets DBs to suffocate Will Levis, just like the Bears did last week. Another thing I was reminded from week 1 was that TJ Watt is still very much TJ Watt. This man dominated the Falcons. He wrecked shop continuously, and the Falcons ended up losing the game. That bet that I had last week, it ended up cashing. So I'm going to double down on it again, because Justin Fields is going to start for the Steelers. I mean, I don't think the Steelers have a good offense anyway, but the Steelers play the Denver Broncos. The Broncos struggled to score points against the Seahawks last week, and I think that this much better defense coming into town with the Steelers is going to be even better. So I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Denver Broncos under 36.5 points. I don't think the Steelers are going to score many points. I don't think the Broncos are going to be able to score against the Steelers, especially with a rookie quarterback. So I think the under is the great play. The Rams play the Arizona Cardinals. In the last 15 meetings between the Rams and the Cardinals, when Sean McVay was the head coach, Sean McVay is 13-2 against the Arizona Cardinals. 13-2. He dominates the Arizona Cardinals every single time. So why not go Rams money line? And oddly enough, Rams money line is at plus money. It's at plus 100 right now because the Cardinals are favored. I'm not sure how the Cardinals are favored. I don't think the Cardinals are the better team, but Vegas usually knows something that we all don't. So if they're going to give it to me at plus 100, I'll take that bet. I'll take my chances. I'll take my chances with 13-2. And if it ends up not working, then oh well. Last but not least, we have Chargers versus the Carolina Panthers. I love the Chargers in this spot. The Chargers dominated the Raiders in their game this past weekend. The Chargers are great up front on both fronts. Harbaugh is the real deal. This week they get to play the Carolina Panthers, who looked horrible against the Saints. And I think that the Saints and the Chargers have similar defenses. They're aggressive, they have good fronts, and they will attack you. And the Panthers just lost their nose tackle, which arguably is their best player on their team. So I think that the Panthers are now a much worse team than they were even last week. So I think that the Chargers coming into Carolina, I think that -6.5 is a good spread. So they beat them by at least a touchdown. There's a chance they could beat them by more than that. But there is this theme where teams in the NFL, when they get humiliated in one week, the next week they come out fighting and, you know, they put up a better fight. But I don't think that the Panthers have enough horsepower to match up with the Chargers. I think the athletes on the Chargers are too good. I think the players on the Chargers are too good. And I think that, you know, the head coach, the difference between the two head coaches is that wide. So I think that -6.5 is a pretty good bet. I actually wouldn't be surprised if they didn't cover this spread, but I am willing to take that chance. When you make these bets, you have to take the chance that the bet that has the highest probability, because nothing is ever guaranteed. As always, thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to say something nice to someone today. Give someone a compliment, share some smiles, share some hugs, share some love, share some positivity. And I will catch you guys next week for week 3. Have a good one.